What is going on, guys? This is Xiangjian, and I'm actually bringing you to, guys, the Xiangjian combo video. Yeah, I actually said in my, in one of my, not really deck reviews, but I was pretty much looking at the cards, and I was like, oh my god, all the cards are broken, and then pretty sure I told you guys I would make a combo video on it, and yeah, I mean, here it is. I actually spent several hours playtesting this deck, trying to figure out combos. I didn't watch a single video on YouTube, so I actually have no idea what other people are doing, so pretty much everything that I'm going to show you guys is literally off of my own personal experience. And before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. If we can actually get to 1,000 likes, the deck profile will be uploaded tomorrow with a really cool testing video on tomorrow's the day after. And yeah, I mean, let's jump right into it. So combo number one, really straightforward and very simple. Just if you have this search card, and the other card can literally be just any, either Xiangjian or Worm monster, look at what you can do. So you're going to search for the monster that reveals and then special summons a token. So Mio, Moyi, and then yeah, you're gonna summon your token. You're gonna go Chain Link 1 for the synchro that searches on summon, and then Chain Link 2 to draw one card, which is kind of broken. It's like already a one card starter, so the fact that it draws you one card on top of that is like unfair. Imagine if Alistair said, if this card is used as fusion material, draw one card. Like, no, it already does enough, and yeah, this is basically comparable to Alistair. So yeah, you're drawing one card, and then you're searching your deck for this guy, which is Long Yuan, the Xiangjian tactician. I can't Chinese, okay, if this is Chinese. But yeah, basically this is a level 6, really good card. You can discard any other Worm or Xiangjian card from your hand to the graveyard in order to summon it, and also immediately on, like, in the same kind of chain, it's not really like an other effect, summon a level 4 token, so your opponent can't just go Veiler. That doesn't work. It's kind of like, again, the Wind Witch monsters and the Virtual World monsters. And if it is used as synchro material, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent, and time has been... I keep making the same joke. Anyways, yeah, you're gonna pitch your, like I said, either your Worm or any other Xiangjian, so even the worst case scenario here, which is kind of the same card twice, is still really good. It still ends up with, you're going to see, 2 interruptions. Now, there are several ways to make your interruptions. You can either make Baroness de Fleur, or you can make the other guy, what's the name of the card? Yeah, this guy, Cheng Ying, the Xiangjian Grand Duke. And essentially, when a card is banished, you are able to banish a card from your opponent's field and their graveyard, which is kinda nutty if you ask me. And you can easily banish card during your opponent's turn with the effect of Grand Sword Master. Basically, this card reads, during either player's turn, you can banish one Xiangjian card or a Worm monster from your hand or graveyard, then target one other effect monster on the field, negate its effect until the end of the turn. You can only use one effect per turn once that turn, and the effect on Synchro Summon is to search for a Xiangjian card from your deck, or you can either banish it, but that usually doesn't come up. And one thing that I actually want to mention is that this card right here, Sword Master of the Bewitching Iris, is actually not named Sword Master of the Bewitching Iris. The actual real official name is Xiangjian Sword Master of the Illusory Iris. I can't English as well. I can't Chinese, I can't English, what can I even do? I'm so worthless. But yeah, basically this card is like a hand trap, and now it's searchable, and it's part of your strategy. It's not a Worm, it's a spellcaster, but don't worry. You can even technically play Magician Souls in this deck now. It kind of makes sense, because you can Foolish for a Xiangjian, and also kind of trade in your spells and traps for other cards. So Magician Souls in this deck, maybe, we'll see. It could actually make sense if you draw like multiple Pot of Desires. But yeah, so you have a Negate, you have potentially the hand trap or whatever card you drew off of Moyi, as well as either your Grand Duke Banish or your Baroness Negate. And it also snowballs, because next turn you just, like, during the standby phase, you put it in your extra deck, and then you revive back one of your monsters, like the Moyi, for example, or something like that. So that's it for combo number 1. Let's get into combo number 2. Combo number 2, as you can see, we have the card that I showed you on combo number 1, which is Long Yuan, as well as a card that I haven't shown yet, Tai A, the Xiangjian Sword Master. We also have a pretty interesting card, the Tenyi Spirit Adara. Doesn't necessarily have to be Tenyi Spirit Adara, but it does help because it kind of makes you not rely on other cards in your hand. But obviously, if this isn't Tenyi Spirit Adara, the combo is obviously still doable. It's just that it recycles back you a card, but you're not really using it for anything else. You're not using it as a tuner to make Needle Fiber, for example. So yeah, you're going to summon your token, and then you can make Baroness. The reason why making this early is really cool is because it allows you to kind of dodge potential interruptions that your opponent might have. So Nibiru or hand traps on your other combo pieces, you might just negate with Baroness, and then during your opponent's turn, since Baroness's negate is kind of used up, you can return it back to the to the extra deck and then summon back something. So yeah, now you're going to go Type A, banish Xiangjian or wear monster from your graveyard in order to summon that token. Unlike Moyi, this time, once Xiangjian Tai A is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, unlike drawing a card, it doesn't draw a card, it actually foolishes for Wyrm or Xiangjian, if I recall correctly, exactly. And yeah, you're going to use the effect of Tenyi Spirit Adara since you control a non-effect monster, and you're going to recycle back that Long Yuan, which is a great card for your follow-up, by the way. And now you're going to go Chai, Zhou, whatever, the synchro level 8. You're going to foolish for the water, Moye, that I showed on common number 1, and you're going to search for the Monster Born, which is searchable. It's, I mean, this deck is so good, man. And you're going to get back that Moye, reveal the Long Yuan that you actually recycled back with Adara. This is why Adara is nice. Otherwise, this combo is still doable. It's just that you're going to need an extra just card to reveal. That's it, because we're not using Long Yuan for anything, really. And you're going to get that token, make Dragite, yes, because Moye is water, just conveniently, and Dragite allows you to negate a spell trap as long as you have at least one water in your graveyard, and you draw one card. So with a 3-card combo, we end on 3 negates, monster negate, a spell and trap negate, and complete omni negate. A draw, and obviously a recycle from Adara. So yeah, +2 and 3 interruptions with 3 cards. I'm kinda down because this is Nibiru proof. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so this isn't really a combo, but I kinda want to showcase the flow of execution. So as you can see, my hand's not necessarily broken yet, but I play it out. I have Desires, I banish a bunch of whatever. I mean, this deck is just so good that even when you go Desires, banish a bunch of cards, it doesn't matter. And as you can see, my hand is clunky, right? I don't have the Xiangjian starter. This is the Monster Born. I have Vishuda, but I don't really have anything juicy. Swordmaster of the Bewitching Iris, but actually this is literally 4 hand traps. So how am I really playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Am I doing anything this turn? Legit, am I doing anything? Well, abso-freaking-lutely, man. I'm going Special Summon Vishuda and Normal Summon Veiler. This is when you know for a fact that you're cool. You're just cool. And you're going to make the level 8 Synchro, and the beauty of this play is that even if you get Veilered, you still have a negate. So it doesn't matter. This card is like a double interruption on its own. It's so good. The card economy is ridiculous. This deck always +1 and snowballs, and after like turn 1 it becomes like unmanageable for anyone. And we can all agree that Synchro Monsters are some of the best cards in the entire extra deck that you can have literally in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, you're going to go search, obviously, and at this point I was like, you know what, I want to keep extending, so I'm going to grab that Long Yuan, I'm going to summon back my token, and then I'm going to make Baroness so I can really get Nibiru'd, and I can safely use this revival card in order to get back my Bewitching Iris. So look at this, man. I have 5 interruptions. This is insane. I have an Omni Negate, a card that allows me to either special summon 1 monster from my hand, draw 2 cards, or destroy a monster, destroy an extra deck monster, basically. Obviously a monster negate, another monster negate in the form of Imperm, and an Ash, because my hand was just a bunch of hand traps, but this deck is good, so you can kind of still play it out. Really, really fantastic. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so again, I'm going to just play it out. Desires really is that good, man. You really have to play Desires in this deck. Prosperity makes no sense because it clashes with the draw 1 of Moyi, and to be fair, you're getting that +1 really often, and your extra deck is definitely kind of crucial. There are some really powerful monsters, so banishing 6 from your extra deck, it's too expensive, man. But anyways, now we're going to reveal a card, and we're going to summon our token. We're going to make Xiangjian, whatever, and then we're going to draw. We're going to search, we're going to use another search card to get that Long Yuan, how many cards in hand, like 25 billion, and then summon the token, make Baroness again, so hand traps do not affect us, or board breaking cards in general. Then, this is actually insanity. We're going to revive back the Tai A, and we're going to banish a monster from the grave in order to summon that token, and then make Dragite, foolish for Adara, and look at this, man, again, 3 interruptions with 2 hand traps, and we actually have a follow-up, like Adara in the grave, Adara in the the hand, Monster Reborn, and the cards are just good, man. Baroness even as well isn't just a negate, it pops a card, and it summons back a monster from the graveyard. This deck is just so freaking cool, but anyways, again, let's get into the next one. So, at this point, you're probably asking me, Yasin, all you're doing is showing me going first combos. Well, first of all, this is the point of a combo video, but just to make you happy, I'm going to show you kind of like a going second combo when your opponent has something like 2 Solemn Strikes. And this hand can play very well through 2 Solemn Strikes. You're going to see why. You're going to go Vishuda effect. If your opponent strikes this, he's actually stupid, because you still have it in the grave, so you can just banish it and then bounce back another card. So with 1 Vishuda, you're kind of just outing 2 strikes. Yeah, nobody's ashing this yet. So yeah, you're going to make a Monk Tenyi, and then you're using the effect. And there's really no reason to strike this. Your opponent will just let it go through. It's fine, because it's just, he's gonna waste a card and 1500 life points, whereas if you bounce it back and you don't have a play, next turn he just sets it back again. So yeah, people will let Vishuda bounce back a Solemn Strike. They won't obviously strike it, it makes no sense. And now you go Tenyi Spirit Adara. At this point, you're really baiting your opponent, because you make Needle Fiber, and if you don't get striked, you summon a Tenyi Spirit again, and then you can make Unicorn and shuffle back a card. So regardless of what happens, it will bait Solemn Strike. It absolutely will. Or if they choose to strike the Needle Fiber because they might be scared of other plays, they could do that. Or wait for Unicorn, make you discard 1 card. It's really up to them at this point, but yeah, whatever. Let's just say they strike the Needle Fiber, then you can go normal summon Tai A because you never used your normal summon, banish, and then recycle back, and then making Xiangjian, and then Foolish, and then you can see where this is going. Search the Monster Reborn, use it, revive back Water, reveal Vishuda, and then you're going to summon another token, make another level 8 Synchro, another negate, draw 1 card. Oh, what a coincidence! It's an extender, so we can actually special summon Long Wan, summon another token, make another negate, and then inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. Oh, he's already dead? It literally took 2 seconds! 2 Solemn Strikes is not enough, man! This deck is good going first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, whatever, you get the point, okay? But yeah, let's get into the final combo. Final combo, my childish childs. So again, we're going Tenyi Spirit Adara and then special summon Vishuda. This hand is garbage. It's not a good hand, by the way. So now we're making Needle Fiber, special summon another Tenyi Spirit Adara, the 3rd one actually. And now we're going to go Qi, Xiao, whatever, and we're going to search for the trap, and then we're going to pass turn here. We already had to use our normal summon on the Tenyi Spirit Adara, unfortunately, that kind of sucks. And yeah, let's just say that during our opponent's turn, our opponent kind of does an action. We can go Needle Fiber, draw 1 card with the Formula Synchron, because it can tag out into it, and then we can banish a card our opponent controls with Ji Zhao, whatever, and then, yeah, whatever, I'm just showing the example where I'm trying to negate myself, but you can negate the opponent, obviously, and then we can quick sync into another level 10 Synchro, Grand Duke, and we search the Sudden Shift, which is kind of like the weird Icarus attack, but not really, it's actually better, because we can destroy our own Grand Duke and 2 cards our opponent controls, and Grand Duke kind of allows us to protect itself by banishing a card from the graveyard, and by doing that, when a card is banished, you can banish a card your opponent controls and in their field, so you can make your opponent lose 4 cards with this, and you drew 1 card, and it was a bad hand. It was like double Adara with a Vishuda, it's just kind of garbage. But yeah, I mean, I think you probably have an idea of how ridiculously good this deck is, but again, if you smash the living pancake out of the like and subscribe button, I will be uploading a deck profile and the testing video very, very soon. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.